Jason, thank you for joining us at C-Suite at the Open. It's a real pleasure to be speaking with you today on National Indigenous Peoples Day.
Thanks for having me, Tanya, and especially on this very historic day across the country. It's a time for celebration of the contribution of Indigenous people in Canada's history, but also a chance for very somber reflection.
I thought we could begin by just having you talk a little bit about the role of corporate Canada in the spirit of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission.
Yeah, so it's now been 6 years, I suppose, since the issuance of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission report. I think, in particular for corporate Canada, and this is under the call to action 92 out of the Truth and Reconciliation report. The really important role that corporations play. Not only just in terms of the economic role we can play in terms of developing the Indigenous economy, but also awareness and education for our employee base. And, I think these things are really important, that it's not just always about the dollars that corporations can bring, but about the education for a very large employee base and really breaking down barriers and access to employment, and developing a deep understanding for our employees on the struggles and the challenges that Indigenous communities have faced, like none of us have ever had.
So Jason, I thought you could maybe describe for us the unique ways that Hydro One is building relationships with Indigenous communities.
Yeah, so I reflect on the rising importance of ESG, and for Hydro One, Indigenous relations and being a trusted partner to Indigenous communities is a key element of our company's strategy. And some of the unique things that we're doing is actually equity partnerships on some of our large projects with the Six Nations of Grand River Development Corporation and the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. That was a wonderful partnership that we entered into most recently. And those partnerships have proven really beneficial for the communities, but from a relationship perspective, have enabled us to grow really strong relationships with those communities as partners.
Yeah, it's such an important role that you play in terms of the company that you run, and the engagements with so many individuals and stakeholders. Such an important role that you're playing. We're seeing a lot of companies aiming to do more about hiring an inclusive workforce. Can you tell us a little bit about what it means for Hydro One?
Yeah, so we're a workforce of about 8,800 employees, and we do have operations, in every corner of this province and a lot of communities. So that does present us with a unique opportunity. And for us, it's really started by demonstrating leadership at the top. So we have Indigenous representation on our board of directors. We have a very committed executive team in terms of the part that we play and the roles that we play in supporting Indigenous communities. And we've done a lot of outreach with different organizations and communities in terms of training, identification of employment opportunities, either directly with Hydro One or through the contractors that provide support for us right across the province.
Yeah, it's important too to think about that segment of the workforce and how you can influence. And I know, corporations in Canada and around the world are focused more and more on ESG and on communities, and I just applaud the work that you're doing and the ways that you're engaging in communities, especially in recognition of what we're all experiencing here in Ontario, and in recognition of the importance of today. So thank you so much, Jason, for being with us, sharing a little bit about Hydro One's experience and how you engage with your communities and how you build relationships. And really, really hope to see you again soon at C-Suite at the Open.
Great. Thank you, Tanya.